Well, Paul, you know, when you think of artists, you probably assume that they've been painting, drawing for years, right? Well, not in this case. Today's art in the city is inspiring.
Yeah, and proves that you can change your life around no matter what the obstacles are. Our photojournalist, Justin Calderon, he's got the story.
In his paint-stained pants, Cody Freeman is diligently working on his latest piece.
Just trying to cast some shadows and stuff.
His works are large and in your face.
This is based off a portrait of my grandparents. This little boy, you know, it's a metaphor, you know, for the fight that life is and the life, you know, the fight that we all have to endure.
With strong imagery of the Mexican-American life,
It says the nights I can't remember, pero you all won't forget.
particularly in SA.
The core of my work is, you know, it's a reminder to live, really. You know, each painting is a self-portrait, essentially. I see myself in these people. Yeah, this one's called Calling My Spirit.
With compositions like these, you would think he's been doing it all his life.
You can always find something, and it's never really finished.
However, he's only 5 years into his young art career. Little did he know the way it was gonna happen.
The reason I can't find these images for inspiration is because they don't exist. I would say I got into art, you know, when I was around 8. You know, I remember I was real young. I was drawn in by, you know, Saturday morning cartoons, skateboarding graphics, you know. I was definitely in tune with my drawing back then, you know, sketching and stuff. And, you know, as life went on, I kind of, you know, lost interest.
Cody's parents went through a divorce at a young age. It left him mostly unsupervised. With that, Cody started running with the wrong crowd and having run-ins with the law.
You were just living and trying to live fast and think that you knew it all, you know, you couldn't tell me nothing. And then, you know, I ended up getting in trouble for like some other stuff and, you know, I couldn't do certain things. So I turned to drinking because that was one thing that I could do.
Cody fell into a dark place, harming his loved ones.
You notice you have a problem when, you know, it's almost too late. I pushed everybody away. I had nobody else left on my side. You know, I was waking up, you know, in jail, you know, in the magistrate, in the drunk tank, you know, acting like a fool out in public. You're standing on the other side of that bridge that you just burned, you know, and you're by yourself. That'd be perfect.
He knew he needed to change, especially for two big reasons.
Say hi.
Hi.
See? It's family life. It was almost like an ultimatum from my fiance, like, you know, we can't do this. You know, like we have kids, we have a family, like you can't just keep fighting with everybody and pushing everybody away because, you know, people love you.
After working a number of odd jobs, he used his family's love and support to enroll into the Art Institute. There he studied graphic design, but quickly realized something.
Graphic design is all computer-based and I'm not good at computers. You know, so I had a couple classes in there like color theory and they were making us paint and like pushing us to paint. And that was the first time I picked up a paintbrush and I was 28. I had never painted and I was just loving it, man. I was loving it. The response was great and it just rekindled that old passion that I had for art all over again through this new medium I had never worked with.
From there, he was popping up in numerous exhibitions and galleries, selling his paintings along the way. He saw he could make a viable future. It's with the combination of his family, art, and faith that truly makes Cody Freeman a free man, unbound from the shackles of his past.
It's easy to get caught up in, you know, the bad out here, and you gotta find that good. You gotta find what makes you happy. You gotta find your happiness. I would just tell any kid out there, you know, just stick to what you want. If you got a dream, then that's your dream. You know, God put that dream in you for a reason. Yeah, man, so. Wish they was here to see them, you know, they'd think they were real nice.
Justin Calderon, Great Day SA.
I love his story, and you guys want to go see his art in person. He has his solo show happening this Friday. It's called Siempre by Cody Freeman. It's over on 5527 El Paso Street, happening from 7 to 10 p.m. this Friday. Congratulations to you, Cody. What a beautiful story. I got emotional when I saw the kids coming through the door, and it's just an example that you can change if you really want to.
You know, what a great story, right? Just changed everything, and now he's just so happy and everything.
His artwork is so cool.
He's very, very, very talented, that's for sure.